first question.
Coach, the players were talking about they approach this as another season. Is that kind of what you drilled into their head, SEC?
We haven't talked that much about it. I just said when we start playing teams in our league, the level of talent goes up, the level of us knowing each other goes up, the intensity goes up. So, you know, we've talked about that, but you know, they understand. This is the hard part right now.
How's Terrence doing in terms of understanding that you can be an effective player without having to score 15, 20 points a game?
Well, we want him to score 15 or 20 points a game. It's not like we don't want him to. We want him to, but he's doing fine. He's just, you got to play harder, you got to play rougher, come up with more balls. Balls will start dropping in for you. Make your free throws, make a couple jumpers. All of a sudden, you're scoring 15, 16 a game. Easy. And he should be able to do that.
Is the kind of stuff that's lacking right now the same kind of stuff that was lacking last year before you turned it on?
I can't remember. I'm having trouble remembering yesterday, but you know, last year we got on the road and we just didn't. One, we didn't come out with the fire, and then when it was close, I don't think we all believed. And by the end of the year, we believed, and you know, it could be anybody, but you know.
Counselor, does this team believe?
I think so. I mean, they're number 2 in the country, I imagine. They probably, hopefully, understand that we got to get better, which is my only concern. It's not where we are right now, it's that we're getting better. And there comes a point where, you know, we are what we are, and we shore it all up, and we touch up the ends, which is kind of like we did a year ago. We're just not there yet to where we can say, okay, let's tie all this together. We still have some guys that aren't playing with the intensity or the toughness that they need to. We get all that together and get this rotation down. It's been hard because of injuries and other things to get a rotation down. I think we'll be better.
How is Michael?
He's fine. He's, you know, practiced yesterday, so he's fine.
Terrence said he's not 100%. What can this team be when he is 100%?
Obviously, we're going to be better. You know, that's everybody we have. We want them all to be at 100%. We've got a pretty good group of guys, but you know, we'd be better.
John, how has Terrence's role changed from last year to this year? Because last year he obviously put up a lot of big numbers. This year, not so much so, even prior to the finger.
I mean, you know, last year we obviously had a different team, and we had to play a little bit different, but we'd still like him to put up numbers. I'd like to see him get 11 rebounds a game, get 15 points. You know, some games 20. You know, as long as, you know, the greatest thing about rebounding, I say be selfish as you want to be. You grab a few of those offensive rebounds, you're 1 foot from the basket, stick those in, make the free throws, make a few other shots. You know, you're there. But I think, again, you know, the intensity of play, you know, the look at your opponent, I'm playing harder than this guy, is where we are with a few of the guys. And we get there, we'll be fine.
Will the freshmen be surprised at the level of SEC play?
Probably. I mean, if we get on the road, they're going to see. You know, the game Saturday is going to be a war. They play in a very aggressive zone. They press. Matter of fact, they play a lot like Louisville plays. They scramble in the zone. They scramble in the press. They come at you in different ways. And you know, Ellington's now playing, so they struggled early. They won 6 or 7, and that's with Ellington back. So they're a team that could come in here and beat us if we're not where we need to be playing-wise.
What do you think of Ellington, John, a guy that could return kickoffs one day and then the next day play basketball and hit threes?
It's a neat story. I mean, there's not many guys that I know that, you know, could go out there and do what he does and in between days go play a game. And it says a lot about their team, their players, to say we know we need them, so we're fine with it. You don't even need to practice, just get in there and play. We know you practice in football.
John, what do you think about having Archie and Alex in town this week?
It'll be nice. I get a chance to see them. I haven't had a chance to see either of them. I've seen them both in practice, but not in the game. So I may not have seen. I'm trying to think if I went up to Nashville to see Alex. I may not have. So it'll be good. I get to see them both play.
What do you think their reaction will be to those guys, for the fans and stuff?
Our fans will be there for them, yeah. They'll be there. They'll be there.
Do you find this the most challenging time of your career at any time? Starting over pretty much from scratch, 3 years in a row. You alluded to being worn out the other day.
Well, it's been this way the last 3 years. I mean, it's not something that I want. I've said over and over that I don't like one and done thing, but I'm not going to hold a player back, and I'm not going to recruit bad players. I'm going to recruit the best players I can, do the best job I can for them, and hope at the end of their year they can make a decision to stay or go, whatever's in their best interest. And that's what I do. I don't put a guy on the bench and say, look, this is how we do it here. If he deserves to play, he's playing. I've always been that way, but to my timetable, what brings anxiety and what wears you out is my timetable is different from theirs. And what happens is we're going by their timetable, not mine, and that tires you out a little bit because you're like, don't you get it? Don't you? No. And it's going to be on their timetable. Last year it took a while. And I kept telling you, I like my team, and there's no team out there that I like any better than my team. There's no team out there that's dominating. We're okay. And this team here, wow. If we could be our best, if we could be playing at our best as a team and individual players, it's scary. We're just not there yet. And it's, we still have 2 months of league play to figure it out. Now, one of my messages will be, we don't have to win every game. We just have to get better. Let's just worry about getting better. If the wins come along with that, or if some losses come along with that, let's just worry about getting better. Because you and I know if this team gets better, we'll be where we want to be when this all ends up. But if we don't get better, we can win all the games we want to win, it won't matter. We just got to let's get better and worry about that.
What is your timetable and what's their timetable?
My timetable is like November 30th, greased up and ready to go. And usually theirs is the middle of February. In February they start figuring it out, and then they, but sometimes earlier, sometimes later. I mean, it's they get it when they get it. And kids are all different. Teams are all different.
Cal, you said you'd look at the tape and see why the team played better without Teague and then judge after that. After looking at the tape, what did you judge? What did you think?
I watched the run as I watched the tape during that time, and the biggest thing is we made like 3 threes. It was like bang, bang, bang. So it was like a 3 or 4 point game. We made 3 threes, and it kind of busted it out. So you couldn't say, well, he did this or he did that. We made some shots and spread it out. The other thing is it gives you one more guy on that court that they're going out to guard, which opens up the lane a little bit. So when they did that, we scored a couple easy baskets. But like I said, my issue with all the guys, let's just get better. What do you have to do to improve? As long as you're getting better, I'm good. And we got to stay focused on improvement, not on wins. Because if we're worried, like, glad we won that. Like, we beat Little Rock. I'm glad. Well, it isn't about beating Little Rock. It's about getting better. And, the second half, we played fairly good. First half, not so good.
John, why did you feel like it was important to go to Frankfurt to be heard when you could have gotten your message across here on the show?
I was asked to. And in person, I think being there in person has more of an impact. And, the message was simple. You're proud of this program. You're proud of these players. You're proud of our kids graduating. You're proud of our GPAs. You're proud of how these kids perform. Well, how about on our campus that every county is represented? 80% of our campus is from the university or from the state of Kentucky. When you want to be proud of our campus, and got a lot of work to do. From housing to classrooms to all the things that make it about students first. Just like we try to make it about players first. If you want to make it about students first, it's the same deal. I like the path that we're going. I like the plan that's together. The legislature has to be our friends and know this is the flagship campus. It's the flagship campus, and we want to be proud of it. And that means we're going to have to invest in it. So,
Some people might have a problem with the college basketball group mixing with the state legislature basketball and politics, obviously. And they might want to schedule your games.
I've spoken before the Massachusetts House. I think I've spoken before the Tennessee State Legislature. I don't know, did I speak here my first year? I think I did. I spoke before the House. So I've done it everywhere I've been, and I'm not afraid to, brag about the school that I work in any way that I can help. I'm just, like I told them, right now, we're part of a big place, and it's a place that people can walk through and look at athletics, but eventually it's the rest of this campus. And I think the path that we're taking, which is let's rebuild, if we spend the next 5 years and the legislature says we're going to invest for the next 5 years, you match the dollars that we put in this place. And we go out and get privatize some different things on this campus. In 5 years, it'll be a different place for the next 25 years for the students. For the students. It's not for me personally or him personally, it's for the students. It's been done in other places. I mentioned Connecticut where they did it. They did a 5-year plan of we're going to give this amount. And you're talking about buildings, you're not talking about salaries, you're talking about bricks and mortar to make this a better place, a better learning environment. 60-year-old dorms, I hate to tell you these days, just don't cut it. The communal bath, the 30-person shower, dudes don't like it anymore. Just, the world is changing. I mean, you're talking, classrooms that it's hard to keep chalk on the board. They've been there so long. And that's not how you teach anymore. But this is a state, and I think it's a legislature that understands we want to be proud of the flagship campus. Let's be proud of it. They say we have the highest graduation rate. Well, let's even go higher. Retention rate. Let's get better students. Our applications went up, the highest number of applications they've ever had on the campus last year. And I said, yeah, probably a Final Four helps you, but what keeps that going is when they visit and they see the campus and they say, I want to be a part of this. This is a great environment for me to learn and grow. So I don't mind that I'm asked to do that. I know that's part of what I'm supposed to do here as a coach. If I'm the one that you're on the bully pulpit at times doing that, I have no problem. I know it's good for all of us.
Thank you.